Hello, welcome to Audio Mixer tutorial. My name is Silas and I'm here to talk about the mixer of IBC. Some people think that the mixer is difficult to use, but it's kind of simple. When you know what one line of these do, you just need to apply the same for the others. The mixer, we call each of these line of channels, and each channel have a number that we can see up and down, as you can see in this part and this down part. You don't need to decorate what is channel 1, 2, 3. You just need to take a piece of paper and give an annotation about channel 1 is the mic, channel 2 is violin. So, first of all, you need to learn how use the volume, how put more in the volume. If you know what's the volume, you already know everything that you need to know for the people that are in the church. They just want to listen the sound. So first, take down the mute button. Because if this light's on, the channel is mute so you can't listen anything. And for use the volume, up here you can turn this knob to the right. If you turn to the right, you put more sound. If you turn to the left, you put less sound. Normally don't use this control, you just use the fader. If you take the fader down, as you can see here, you're gonna have less volume. And if you put up, you can have more. Okay, we have two ways to control sound. Why you just don't use just this? As you can see in this situation here, we can, you're most near to don't have more space to get this up. So we can get up there and turn to the right. And we can have more sound and put this lever down. Before I talk about the monitors, there are the speakers that point to the people. If you already know how to control the volume, that's just this. Put the fader up and down. If you already know this, you already know half of the things that you need to know about the mixer. Because people in the church just want to listen what the pastor is preaching, what the praise team is singing. So we already know. Yes, it's pretty easy. And what's the monitors? Monitors are speakers that are points to the people of the praise team, so people are gonna sing and play instruments. You have a control of volume that go directly to the end. Wasn't this down here or the up? Are the blue ones. As you can see, we have different here. We use the blue ones. As the same way, you use the knob putting to the right to put more sound and left to put less sound. As you can see, we have different volumes here because the volume of that go to the people you're gonna choose. But the monitors normally people ask, I want to listen more than guitar, or I want to listen myself more. So we can turn a little more for more people. You can see also that these two guys here, this line here is all off, because at now church only have two monitors. And the second monitor they are next to piano, the guy can ask, no, I don't want to listen no sound, I want to listen more of this person. So you're gonna talk with the guy in the piano and you can put what he wants to do. These two lines go directly to this main control here and have one for what people normally use and the other to the piano. Okay, you already talked about volume. You already know 75% what you need to know. And now we have equalization. Equalization is something that as the monitors, the people of the praise team gonna ask you to put, so you don't need to be worried about how you use these. Normally some people gonna ask, but let's talk a little about this. So equalization, you're gonna work with high frequency and low frequency. Low frequency are more bass volumes, so we can put more, turn to the right. We can put more low volume if you want to have a strong voice, or you can take a little high frequency if it's too loud. And we have a middle control to don't work too high sound or too low sound. Before I talk about this, I'm gonna show you this contour here. As again, 8i high frequency, low frequency. In the right here, you see a simple contour. Normally we have these for the middle, and this contour have high, low, and middle, high. In this normal contour, we have only to select the middle high frequency. You select what's the frequency and put more or less. And if you have one more simple, you just have like here 3 kilohertz, and here you can like select. So if you put here, you're gonna have 3, and then you turn here to have. So in this simple one, you just can work with 3, and here you can select more. If you say, Silas, I don't know how to use these, I don't have a good ear, I can say for you, I work with this for 12 years and I'm not really good about equalization, but normally I talk with guys. So the person who plays violin can say, no, I need this frequency, so put a little more this, and you can work with them. But normally we don't need this, or just put a little more low or high frequency, just like the two up and down, to counter voice of people. Okay, we talk about volume. I say that about the mute button, that we need to press the mute button to have the sound. But we have also a main control volume, so all the volumes go direct to this guy here, these two red ones. We have this white one that some mixers go direct to this, but at the IBC we use these both here. So left and right go to these two. As you can see here, we have difference of its instruments. We can put a little down, a little more, but normally this main control that we have here that work in the same way, you put higher and low, normally work this and less 15 to less 30. You don't work like normally here. As you can see, this is for normally this work with voice in the middle here. You just put here because the speakers are too powerful and don't need to put more than this. Of course, if these are like in the 30 here, we have to put more sound here. If you put this a little up, you put all down. So this is the main contour. As you can see here, we have some buttons, and I'm gonna talk about them. So we already talked about the mute button. Other button you know how to use is the solo. If you press solo, you can receive directly the sound in one headphone. If you press the solo button, you can receive the sound direct to one headphone. And you have a contour here that if you put to the left, you have less sound, and right, you put more sound. Why normally press this button? You press this button to make sure that, okay, channel 1, who is singing this channel? Or maybe like these are two instruments. You don't know what instrument are playing each one. You press solo button, you can listen, oh, this is electric guitar, and this here is a cajon, this is a piano. Okay? So we already talked about this. Let's talk about these two guys here, main LR and center. So if the main LR isn't pressed, you can see all is pressed. If he is pressing this button, the sound not gonna come in this contour here. And same way, if this one's pressed, this not gonna work. I said that now IBC use these two ones here, but I let all pressed. Let's talk now about the sub 1 2 and the sub 3 4. At these two buttons here, normally we press just one. If you don't want to press, nothing gonna change. But if you press sub 1 2, you have more this control to put more sound on these speakers. So let's imagine that already is here. You press the sub 1 2, and then we're gonna have more sound in the channels that we press sub 1 2. And if you press sub 3 4, we have a look more than sub 3 4. And you can say, why are you gonna need this? If you want to use, you can like press sub 3 4 to instrument. And if you want to say, no, I want to put more in the instrument, in place to just put everything up, if you see that it's okay, you just put this up. Or you can already like press 3 4 for instrument and 1 2 for voices, and put them like higher. And then if the server is starting to say, no, I want to put less in all the mics, you can put this down. Another thing good to know is about the USB player. This mixer have a space for you to plug a USB device, a flash driver, and when you put you can like play songs. It's pretty simple. We have this channel here that receive the sound of this USB device. You plug, you press power, you press mute for you can have the sound and you can put more or less. You can stop the song, put play and change the songs. And this is good for you press music like before service start or after service finish. Another good thing to talk about is about recording service. In this mixer we have plugged this recorder here. This cable go direct to a input of mics. So this recorder think this is a mic that coming, but is coming the sound of all the mixer. For start, it's good you to pull this down. If you put this down, you can turning on the recording device. And when you record, you can see here the battery, and you can press to start recording the service. And if you want to stop, you click stop, and now you have the service recorded. At now, the IBC record just the sermon. So when the pastor go up, you can press rec, then you press stop, and you can give this for a person who gonna put this service on the website. This plastic part come out and can plug a USB cable to put in the computer. Okay, you already talked about volume, about monitors, talk about some buttons, and you talk about recording service. So now let's talk about cable. Remember in the beginning that I told you that you don't need to record, like remember every channel what it is, you just need the paper. So if you go up and see a cable, you can see all of them have a letter related, like this have a K. So piano has one, the electric guitar gonna have one, everyone gonna have one. And you can follow this cable to the Medusa. The Medusa is a place that you have a lot of cables and numbers, and you can see what cables connect to what channels. So in this case, the cable K that we see in the mic is coming to the channel 7. This K here is coming to the channel 9. You just use the number like the line goes up, and you can see. So if you take a paper, you can see, we're gonna use channel 7, 8, and 9. And after this, you go to the table and turn off the mute of the channel 7, 8, 9. Not every mics have a cable going direct there. In this case, we have a wireless mic. The wireless mic go to this device, and this device go direct to the mixer. And gonna work in the same way. You're just gonna need to press the mute and put the volume up and down. The only difference of this mic is that you have a power button and you need to see if the battery has some energy. We have this small device here that show you the battery is gone or if the battery is good. To turn off, the mixer have a lot of things connected. And a simple way to turn off in place of turning all this button off, because if you turn these off, someone can come and forget of turn one of these. You see they have different buttons here. So to turn off, we just unplug the cable. We have a power cable that go directly to the wall, this green cable here. If you pull off, the mixer all gonna off. You can see if the in the front of the church have something to turn off, but the mixer, you just need to unplug the cable. So thank you, you learned how to use the mixer of IBC. As I told you, it's pretty simple, you can watch this video again if you want. And just for remember, we talk about volume, that is the sound that go to the speakers, and this is what the people most want to know if the volume is okay. We talk about monitors, they are speakers that are direct to the praise team. We talk fast about equalization, that you don't need to worry about these. People gonna talk with you if they want. We talk about main volume and buttons, a solo button that you can press to receive the sound in your headphone. We talk about mute. There's a button that you need to press so you can listen. We talk about sub 1, 2 and sub 3, 4 if you want more volume. We talk about the main volume that all come to this. We talk about playing an M3 device and how we record the service. We also talk about cables, that different cables have letters, and this goes to Medusa that have numbers so you can note and use. We talk about a wireless mic, they use mic, use a battery, and we talk about how to turn off. I hope this video was helpful, and if you want something, you can try to contact me. No matter where I am, I'm gonna try to help IBC out. So, thank you.